The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
Welcome to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org on the Spartan Media Network.
Fink is back out of the box.
Yes! Sturback shot. Goal! That's all we needed.
Cow. Up the far board, Shouty.
Come on.
To the left circle.
Yes! Shoots.
Goal! 30 seconds.
Oh, yes!
And a shot and a goal for Michigan State. Danny Russell knocks it in.
The Adam Nightingale Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors, realtors that get results. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartans Athletics and Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartans shopping experience. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. And Shaheen Chevrolet, your hometown dealership. Now, let's join our hosts, Rob Woodward and the voice of Spartan hockey, Scott Moore.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Coach is here, Woody is too, and for the next 60 minutes, we'll talk about last weekend's trip to Columbus, this week's revenge series at Wisconsin, and more. A little bit later in the show, we'll be joined by freshman defenseman Matt Lahey, who just played in his first two regular season games at Ohio State and got a point in one of those games. So congratulations to him. We got a great crowd on hand here at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing on Abbott, just north of Saginaw. If you want to join the live audience for this or any of our coaches shows, make your reservation by emailing coachesshows@onenorthdining.com. Well, Coach, you got off to a great start on the weekend with the 6-2 win on Friday, but we all knew that Saturday would be a different game, and indeed it was, falling 2-1 to split the series. I know you weren't happy with the way your team played on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, well, first Friday, I thought, we did a lot of good stuff. And, I thought our execution was really high. And the next night coming back, and that's where – I definitely take a lot of the blame and, trying to get our guys to understand how hard it is to sweep, right? You can look at where teams are in the standings and different things, but, you look at the way Ohio State has lost games this year, there's all tight games, right? So yeah. They're a really good hockey team. You knew they were going to be better. They made it really hard on us. And I think that happens too, right? Like, we never want to be a program that's like it's always like give your opponent credit too, right? I thought they defended really hard, made it hard on us, and we didn't do enough. We didn't give up a ton defensively. Probably the goals were egregious, but I thought we didn't play how we have to play offensively to be a good hockey team, right? And that's at the end of the day that's my job to try to help the guys understand that going into the game. But this is a group that's shown they can learn and keep growing, and we definitely got to remember that going forward.
Knights, I'm going to take a left turn on you here before we get back to Ohio State. I want to ask you on the TV here, they've got Sergei Fedorov's jersey retirement. It's going up in the rafters at Little Caesars Arena. From your days with the Red Wings, do you ever get a chance to meet Fedorov, or they just showed Scotty Bowman or any of those old-time Red Wing greats?
Yeah, I've gotten a chance for sure. Like he would be around, and Lidstrom and a lot of those guys. Scotty Bowman would be around. I think what an organization. Like it's one thing at a university to have alumni and guys around, but I think the Red Wings really do a really good job of making guys feel welcome. And obviously, growing up in this generation, watching Fedorov and watching the great runs they had in the playoffs and winning Stanley Cup. So, but definitely one of those guys when he walks in the room, you're a little bit awestruck.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that because I know that's something that you focus on? Obviously, there's the current guys, but especially during the off season, like you like getting the alumni back together. I know when we hit the golf outing, you talk about how important it is for all of us to be a part of the program, and not just you reaching out, but us alumni reaching out to you as well. Is that something that you learned a little bit from the Red Wings? You just said what a good job they do with their alumni.
Yeah, I think they do a great job of making them feel welcome. I think that's important when anytime a guy's back, and you got your family and you want to show them around. But you're right, it's a two-way street, and so it works both ways, right? We need our guys to engage with the program. They have. We've asked them to do that, and they've done a great job. And the amount of texts that we get and emails from alums that are supporting us, and I think for our guys to see those guys around, and it's maybe hard to comprehend at their age right now that someday that's going to be you, right? Someday you're going to have kids, and someday you're going to be done playing hockey, and to be able to come back, like Kevin Estrada came back. It was his first time on campus since he left. He brought his family back. He went to the GLI, got a hotel room to watch the team. The GLI got a chance to tour him around campus, and so that's what it's all about. And it really helps us to with the alums spreading the word about what's going on with the program.
Coach, going back to last weekend on Friday, your team got 3 goals from 3 different players in just 23 seconds off the clock in the first period. Romani scored at 13:23, Martone 7 seconds later, Stramel 16 seconds after that. When something like that happens, what's the reaction like on the bench for both the players and the coaches?
Well, I think even the way it happened, right? I think the first goal was they tried to challenge it for a high stick, if I'm not mistaken, right? Was that?
Yeah.
Yep. So then that was a long delay. The cameras wouldn't work, and then we scored again. I think they called a timeout, right? So then to go score again. So I thought that was we were excited, and it's not always going to go in that way for you, right? But I thought we were ready on all those opportunities we had, especially those 2 after. It was a heck of a play by Lendy to Romes, and Shalds was at the net front, but then to score off those 2 center ice faceoffs was huge.
Now, we were trying to find if that was some sort of record, and we couldn't quite verify anything. If you weren't listening to the radio broadcast, we did find out that the quickest 2 goals by 2 different players was 5 seconds. That was David Booth and Brian Lerg up in Alaska in 2005. The quickest 3 goals by 1 player was Mike Jacobson. You got to go back to 1964 against Wisconsin. And we did have 1 player that scored 2 goals in 8 seconds. That was Steve Ferranti against Western Michigan back in 1996. But one of the guys that got your goal in 23 seconds was Charlie Stramel. And during Scotty's pregame interview with you, I think it was on Friday, you had mentioned that you thought Charlie Stramel's game was the most pro-ready of any player in college hockey. What makes you say that statement?
Well, I would say of guys I've seen, right? I haven't been to every rink and watched every, but I just think he plays both sides of the puck. He's big, strong, can skate. What I like this year, he's playing more confidence offensively, and I think where he needed to grow is, when he would maybe force passes or force a shot versus taking what's given, and he's worked really hard. He's in great shape, and this has been that comment's been said to me by multiple people that come watch our other NHL teams and scouts and people. And when you come and watch our team play, I mean, he plays a really mature game and really drives our team.
When you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local teams across the Midwest, from big league stadiums all the way to the neighborhood ballpark. Learn more at Meijer.com/community. We will be back with audience questions as the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665, continues after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
We're totally on board with that, too. Go green. Experiencing a Spartans game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud supporter of Michigan State athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
This is Labatt. We're brewed for the true hockey fans like you who yell, "Shoot it!" every chance they get. The fans that shout, "Ref, you suck!" because that works every time. You pound on the glass, spill half your beer, and act like you're running the power play, even though the only ice you usually see is ice cream. Hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you that bring the noise and the passion with an ice-cold Labatt in your hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. We are live at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. They feature scratch cooking, cold drinks, and good vibes just 1 mile north of campus in East Lansing. That's One North Kitchen and Bar. Come hungry, leave happy. Rob has the microphone out in the audience, so we'll start things off where we normally do. Mr. Bria has a question. He's a curious guy.
Good evening, Scott.
Good
Coach.
evening.
How you doing?
I'm always doing good.
Good.
Got to be that way.
Yep, that's right.
You got 6 goals in the first game. In a way, do you think the way they got the puck going in on Friday hurt the team a little bit on Saturday as far as preparing for game 2?
Potentially. I mean, I think we scored, we executed at a high level, and 3 goals and however many, whatever that was, 30 seconds is not repeatable, right? You're not going to do that every night. And so potentially, but we try to instill in our guys that it's not about the result. It's about the process and trying to play the right way. And if you do the right things, you'll get rewarded. But those are all, good opportunities for our team to grow, right? And you play in our conference again. There are no nights off. You have to be ready to go. And obviously Saturday we weren't, at the level we need to. But credit to Ohio State. I thought they played a good game.
Back to the audience. Bird has one.
Hey, how you doing, Scott?
Good.
Hey, Coach.
How's it going?
Good. Yeah, I got a couple comments. First, was seeing there where the Michigan Notre Dame game, 174 minutes and penalties in that game.
Yeah, was there?
Yeah, they ended up hurting the Michigan goalie, knocked him out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's sports. It's contact sports. Stuff can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I was wondering this week with the games being Thursday and Friday and a late one Thursday, as far as the players itself, their routine, what little change? I know being ready for hockey, but what changes for them now?
Well, and you got the time change in there too, right? So it's 8:00 here, it's 9:00 on their normal clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Will and I have talked about it. Potentially looking at we've played some 8:00 games and some later games here, and trying to figure out. I don't think you want to make too big of a deal out of it. At the end of the day, our guys' job and our staff's job is to make sure anytime, anybody, anywhere, it doesn't matter. So we're looking at everything. Potentially maybe changing it up a little bit. They'd be in the hotels. Potentially sitting around for a long time, and but we always do a stretch, and we always do get the guys moving. And I think at the end of the day, our guys will be ready to go.
We have a special group here for the show tonight, the 2012 Lansing Spartans. Let's have a big round of applause for the Lansing Spartans back in the backside of the room. And one of those Spartans has a question.
Having a pretty good year so far, 17-12 on the season. We do have a question for Coach.
All right.
My name's Hayden, and I play defense. What do you think helps your player become the most developed?
Okay. Well, that's a great thing, Aiden. Great question, and thanks guys for coming. I think the biggest thing you can do is understand that you're responsible for your development. You know, that's something we have up in our weight room, right? Is take responsibility for your development. I think in youth sports, especially, and then even in college, right? You have all these different people in your ear and helping you. You got a coach. Obviously, your coach is going to help you and do a great job coaching you. You're starting to get into when you're going to lift weights, and parents are trying to support you. But I think at the end of the day, our goal for our guys, if you want to be a great player, like really grabbing hold of your development and taking responsibility. So, you know, our best guys are the most committed guys. They go to bed at the right time. They eat the right things. We don't have to tell them when to come into the rink and shoot pucks, right? They're in there. It's because it's their whole thing. It's not because they're trying to please the coach. They're doing it because it's genuine and this is their passion. So I would say that would be the biggest thing for any player that wants to try to move up to the next level. It's understanding that, hey, I got a great coach. I'm going to listen to my coach. I got parents to support me. I have all these things, but at the end of the day, this is my responsibility to keep improving.
We got time for one more question in this segment, and it's another one of the Lansing Spartans.
Matt Serrato, I play forward. What is your favorite part of the game?
Favorite part of the game?
Friday nights?
No,
as a coach.
Yeah, no, I think I love all of it. I feel fortunate. For me, I mean, I really enjoy practice. I think that's where you can help your guys get better. The games are for the guys to play and their parents to come watch and our fans to come watch them. But you know, at the end of the day, we're trying to help our guys get better, and so practice for us is where it's at. But I think every part of it I really do enjoy, you know, and even you know, making sure our guys are doing well in the classroom, right? And Townsy meets with Melissa every week, but you know, I'm encouraged, and there's sometimes we have to have hard conversations too. You got to be better in the classroom, and I enjoy that side of it. And I think that's what I've really enjoyed with college is it's bigger than just hockey, right? At some point, our guys are going to be done playing. Well, you know, hopefully they get to have a long career, but there's more to life than hockey. And I think that's what college athletics at its roots is about, right? And so I think that whole holistic approach to being a coach with college athletes is what I really enjoy.
That's one thing that I've heard, no matter what the sport is, coaches love to practice, players love to play.
Yeah, yep, no doubt.
Definitely. The electrical contractors of IBEW NECA 665 provide the safest, highest quality electrical work at the best value to their customers. Learn more online at IBEWNECA665.org. Our presentation tonight is powered by IBEW NECA 665. When we come back, we'll talk with Matt Lahey. You're listening to the Adam Nightingale Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Go green. Hear that roar? That's the sound of Spartan Nation. And Dean Trailways is right there, every mile of the way. As the official ground transportation provider of Michigan State Athletics, we connect Spartans to championships. For every game, every practice, every victory, we deliver it. Elite service that powers the green and white. When you demand championship-level transportation, Dean Trailways is your winning drive. Become part of our team at DeanTrailways.com.
Need up-to-date information on how to listen to the Spartans? Make sure to follow the Spartan Media Network on social media to see upcoming broadcasts of coaches' shows, ball games, features, and exclusive clips. Check out the Spartan Media Network on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and follow your radio home of the Michigan State Spartans. Go Green!
Whoa, boss, how did that happen?
Mind your business.
I mean, how did a forklift make a shish kebab out of our company truck?
I said mind your business, Billy. It's why we have auto owners. We worked with an independent agent to customize our policies. So when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered. Because unlike you, minding our business is their business.
Oh, that's simple human sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
You didn't do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
We are live in East Lansing with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Hey, Spartans, did you know that if you live, work, or go to school in the state of Michigan, you can join MSU Federal Credit Union? Save more and carry the only colors in your wallet with MSU FCU. Open your account today at msufcu.org. MSU Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. And we are joined now by number 14, defenseman from Victoria, BC, Matt Lahey. Thanks for coming out, Matt.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here. I know that they say that Canadian kids are born with skates on their feet. How did you get started playing hockey?
Well, my dad put me into skating when I was around 2 years old, and then from there I just graduated up into hockey there at around 4.
Boy, 2 years old.
I know that's pretty normal, I think, up in Canada.
Up in Canada.
So,
yeah.
so I'm late with my 3-year-old right now.
Yeah, got to get Tommy going, man. The other thing that I noticed right away, the first time you hit the ice during the exhibition game against the USA squad, you're really tall. 6'6". I mean, hockey players in general are getting taller all the time. But are both of your parents tall, or one of them tall, or?
No, I think I was pretty lucky.
You tower over them, huh?
No, my mom's about 5'10", my dad 5'11", so
okay.
Mom's a little tall, but I think I was just super lucky to be able to be so tall.
So, Knights, I mean, we talked about the 3 goals in 23 seconds. That's probably a record at MSU. You had Matt out there with Sean Barnhill on a shift in Ohio State. I think that might be a record for height. The biggest defensive pairing ever to skate in a Michigan State hockey game. I was just telling Ellis that you guys could probably put your hands on the dash or reach your sticks across towards the middle and they'd be touching. There was a lot of size. But, so Scotty taught – I was 6'4". I had some height playing. But, I mean, you guys – you have size out there. How does the height as a defenseman – I was a winger. How does height as a defenseman help you?
I think for me it's more mental, just knowing you're bigger than everyone out there.
The one thing that I noticed that I thought helped you at nights, and tell me as your coaching observations, is he's good with the poke check. Kind of has it in a little bit, and then sucks that player in almost, and it has such a long reach that he can kind of fool forwards as they're attacking. Is that true?
Oh, for sure. And I think playing with length and being long is especially as a defender, right? And it's less how tall you are. It's really, your wingspan is really how long you play the game, right? And he's got long arms for sure. And, I think that takes time as a bigger guy, right? To learn how to use your stick and not allow pucks to come through you and be able to knock down passes. If you watch an NHL game or watch an NHL defenseman, their ability to not get passed through or shot through. And when you talk about being hard, obviously we need him to play physical, and he does a good job of that. But it's also to be hard to play against. Having a great stick is huge.
I think you were originally committed to Clarkson, correct?
I was, yeah.
How did you end up here at Michigan State?
Well, I committed when I was 16, my first year after junior. It was the only visit I went on. I committed on the spot there. And then from there, I really think I outgrew the school. And, Mike Towns was there. He was the first person to actually recruit me there. So I like to say that he was a bit of a reason why, and I was here. So
that works out great. Now, you played last season in Fargo. And I was wondering when I read that, what are the crowds like in Fargo? I mean, that's a pretty good hockey state, North Dakota.
They're really good. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to play there last year, and the fans were great.
Definitely. Take us back to the 2024 NHL draft. You were picked up in the 7th round by the Toronto Maple Leafs. What were you doing when you got that phone call?
Well, I was on the couch with my parents watching the draft, and
Okay.
then
All right.
the GM, Brad Treliving, called me a few minutes after I saw it on the TV. So it was a really cool moment.
Very cool.
Got to go to development camp. What was that like for you? Especially, I mean, you think about the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, just Toronto itself. I mean, almost the center of the universe for hockey, right? I'm curious on what that was like for you.
Yeah, I think it's the best NHL organization. So I'm super grateful to be able to be picked by them. And my first development camp was great. I mean, such a blur. I mean, it doesn't feel real thinking back to it, but it was awesome. It was a great experience.
Now, unfortunately, you were injured during that camp, and that it brings to my mind: have you ever had to come back and rehab from an injury like you did here?
Nothing like that. I think it was a great, mental test for me, to be able to experience that, and more of a life lesson too. Not so much hockey.
Is there kind of a secret sauce to how you can, because everybody figured you were going to be out for even longer than you were. I was very surprised when I saw you dressed for the exhibition game. Is there some kind of secret to it? Did you just take the doctor's advice and run with it?
I think it's just doing everything right. Nutrition, sleep, I think are big aspects into recovering from an injury. But I think showing up on the days where you don't want to, do your rehab work, and pushing even harder on those days compared to those days where, you want to do everything.
Last thing for me before the break here, you wear number 14. Is there a significance to number 14 for you?
No, I mean, out of the options I was given, I think that 14 looked the best. So that's why I picked it.
Okay. That's a good looking number. We're going to take a break, but stay right here because we've got some extra questions for you. Even Sparty knows everyone needs a timeout every now and then, so why not take yours at the beach? Myrtle Beach is home to 60 miles of warm, sandy beaches, over 2,000 restaurants, and much more. Enter now for your chance to win your very own beach break getaway. Compliments of Visit Myrtle Beach. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/MSU to enter. We will return with more of tonight's Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665, after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
To find a contractor for your next project.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose Auto Owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Now, how do we get to the airport?
Take mine.
Thanks, Jen.
Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
We are back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. You know, whether your move is across town or across the nation, the MUN team can help. If you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, check out the MUN team online at munteam.com. That's Jan and John Munn, serving buyers and sellers since 1985. They are realtors who get results. We are here with defenseman Matt Lahey, who got his first point on an assist on Saturday night, assist on Porter Martone's goal. And now it is time for the special icebreaker questions. Woody, clue this freshman in as to what we're doing here.
Well, I got a question here before we start on that, because Gail was talking about cars and driving and stick shifts. And I said, man, I don't know if 95% of kids today know how to drive a stick shift.
Okay.
Man, do you know how to drive stick shift?
I have no idea. No.
Okay.
Another question. So you said you started skating when you were 2. What other sports did you play growing up?
Wow. A lot. I played basketball, baseball, lacrosse, soccer. I think that's it.
Knights, are you in the camp of the more sports kids play growing up, the better it is before they solely focus on hockey, maybe once 100%, they get to college?
Yeah, I think the more you can develop as an athlete, the higher your ceiling is as a player. And I also think when if you commit to just one sport, and it's happened in every sport, right? It's not just hockey, but baseball, basketball, soccer, but your real critical development ages aren't till after puberty, right? So that you don't know if that's really your passion. So as many sports as you can play, it's only going to help you, and whatever one you pick is your passion.
Agree. Okay, Matt, here we go. I got a few questions here for you. First thing that comes to your mind, they're real easy. We're going to go quickly, though, all right?
Okay.
Here we go. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up besides a hockey player?
Probably a fireman.
What was your favorite team as a kid? It could be any sport at any level.
The Vancouver Canucks.
Is your bed made right now?
No, I'm going to be honest.
Gotta be honest.
I like the honesty, yeah. Are you organized or messy?
I like to say I'm organized.
What creeps you out?
Sharks.
Favorite pregame meal?
I like what we have this year, salmon and potatoes.
What goes on first, right skate or left skate?
Right.
What's the last app that you opened on your phone?
Probably Instagram.
Best logo in professional sports?
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Good answer.
Yeah, good answer.
Neil, you like that answer, right? What 2 teammates don't you want to get hit by?
Ooh. Patrick Geary.
And?
Caden Lindstrom, when he's mad, though.
Only when he's mad.
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw him get a little mad down at Ohio State. Does he get mad in practice?
Yeah.
Sometimes
I'd say so.
happens, right?
Okay.
Teammate most likely to go viral with a TikTok video?
Ooh. Gavin O'Connell.
We get that a lot.
Fast, and hard. That's your team motto, right? If you can only pick one of those as a player, which one do you pick?
Smart.
Matt
All
Lahey,
right.
ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Matt. Good
All
job.
right. Final question. What is your major? And when you're done playing hockey, what do you want to do?
I'm majoring in business, and I want to be a business owner.
All right. There you go. Number 14, Matt Lahey out of Victoria, BC. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Good job.
All right. It is time now for Alumni Hall Trivia. Today's winner will receive tickets to an upcoming home game and a $25 gift card from Alumni Hall. Here's the question. We just spoke with defenseman Matt Lahey, so let's stick with the Blue Line Corps for our question. Who holds the record for career goals by a defenseman at Michigan State? Career goals by a defenseman. And we've got some clues for you when we come back from our commercial break. So we'll look for answers after that. The Adam Nightingale Show is powered by IBEW NICA 665. Back after this time out on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Go green. Don't miss Shaheen Chevrolet's New Year, New Ride sales event. Take advantage of low payments, new car design, and that great new car smell. Save big on a powerful Silverado for just $149 a month. Enjoy a 5-seater Equinox LT for just $239 a month. Experience the efficient tracks for a low payment of $244 a month. With the largest selection in mid-Michigan, we've got the car for you. Stop by 632 American Road or ShaheenChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Experience design you feel in every detail, and technology as innovative as it is effortless with Buick. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. Well-qualified GM employee program participants with a current eligible GM lease get a 24-month ultra-low mileage lease on a 2026 Buick Enclave Preferred for $399 per month, with $3629 due at signing after all offers. Must be a current lessee of a 2021 model year or newer GM vehicle through GM Financial for at least 30 days prior to the new vehicle sale. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Mileage charge of 25 cents per mile over 20,000 miles. At participating dealers only. Visit BuickOfferInfo.com for details.
Welcome back for more Spartan Hockey Talk on the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Our Alumni Hall trivia question is on the floor right now. Who holds the record for career goals by a defenseman? We've had a lot of defensemen who have been very good at scoring.
Charlie, are you allowed to answer this? I don't know.
Well, he's kind of a program insider,
Yeah,
but yeah, we can.
Bria said he's taking himself out this week. Fasty and I have the same guess, but we can't guess, right? We're
No,
not
you
allowed
guys-
to. So that's
you
why I
guys
said I don't
can't
even know if
guess.
Charlie can guess. But Charlie,
I think
In my
Fasty's
era, I know that.
probably right,
I'll throw
but
Duncan Keith out there.
Duncan Keith is a great guess, but that is not the correct answer.
Jim's got an answer here.
All right.
Weaver?
Not Mike Weaver. Good guess, though.
I think I might have played with this guy.
Here's a clue. The record was set in this century.
I did not play with him.
You didn't play with him, did you?
Steve Beadle?
Not Steve
That's
Beadle.
who Fasty and I thought it was.
Not
Beach,
Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, not Steve
Gale
Beadle.
and then
Here's
Bird.
another clue. The player
Troy
also appears on the single season goals by a defenseman list with 16 in his senior year.
Torrey Krug.
Not Torrey Krug. That's a good guess.
Senior year is a good guess there, or a good hint as well.
Good hint.
I said Smolinski.
He was a forward.
He was a
Bird.
forward. Not Smolinski. We got another guess.
Lyles, that's what
JM.
J.M. Lyles is correct.
Hey,
John
Bird.
Michael. The last clue I had was he was so good he had two first names.
Yeah.
John Michael Lyles scored 44 career goals in the green and white, topping out with 16 his senior year of 2002-03. Went on to play 836 games in 14 NHL seasons with Colorado, Toronto, Carolina, and Boston. And he's now part of the TV studio crew for the Avalanche broadcasts in Denver.
That's unbelievable. I mean, obviously, when I got here, that was John Michael's senior year. I had to sit out, and I think him and Fasty led us in scoring 2 defensemen. So we were pretty lucky to have those guys.
Very, very lucky to have those guys. So congratulations to the Birdman. You get tickets to an upcoming game and $25 gift card from Alumni Hall.
For the record, Bria did guess JM
Okay.
before he pulled himself from the competition.
When I came up with that one, I'm like, boy, I don't know whether because we have had so many good scoring defensemen. Jason Woolley didn't even come up. So
We've got Dave Ellis though. He's come up with a question.
he's not a defenseman, but he's got a question.
I didn't score any goals either.
Okay. Well, it's because you were a goalie.
Well, Allegedly.
I
stood there. I wasn't necessarily what you would call a goalie.
Okay.
So, Adam, you've had so many roles in coaching. You've been a video coordinator, you've been an assistant, you've been the head coach. What do you miss about being an assistant that you can't really do as a head coach now that you'd like to go back to?
I don't know if I miss. I think we're, when you end up being in the head seat, right? You it can be lonely at times. I think you're sitting there at the end of the day. You got to make decisions. I think if you talk to anyone that's been a head coach, there's that feeling where at the end of the day you gotta make some decision. Whereas an assistant, I think you can, you maybe not have to worry about as much that's going on, and not that you're not committed to helping the team as much, but I think when you're an assistant, you really can dig in even more so on helping guys get better on an individual basis, right? Sometimes it's harder as the head coach because you got a lot of other things going on, and that's where I'm thankful. I mean, we got a great staff, and I think that's, if you want to be a great organization, doesn't matter hockey, you got to trust your people, you got to hire the best people, and for me, that really helps me, put my head on my pillow at night and understand that, hey, we got a group of guys that are helping our guys get better. Yeah, there's parts I miss for sure. I do miss parts of it. But I think every spot, I guess I don't feel like I act that much different now as a head coach either. You know what I mean? I think you still have the same goal. You still, you still want to help all the guys get better. You still want the team to do the best, and so I guess I don't really look back and reflect on whether I miss it or not. I feel like I've kind of I feel fortunate to be a coach, and whether my title is head coach or assistant, I'm going to kind of probably act the same way.
Good answer for you. We got another question from Neil.
Adam, this week's opponent, Wisconsin, had a tough season last year, but they rebounded and only lost 3 games or so. And obviously, from what you've seen from them on video and played them, what makes them such a good team without a lot of players that are nationally known in the scoring race or goaltender race or whatever?
Well, I thought last year, they were a good team. I thought they were a little bit snake bitten. And that can happen in a conference, right? You end up on the wrong side of it. But I thought when we played them, I mean, there was as good a team that we played throughout the year. I thought they had depth. I thought they're well coached. They had good goaltending. Their special teams were good. So, I just think they've kind of maybe ended up on if you look at like quality chances and things, that the puck probably didn't go their way last year very often, right? Relative to how they played. So credit to their staff for getting their team back on. And this will be a really good test for us. Obviously they took it to us in our barn here. And what I like about playing them is you have to earn things, right? They're not going to give you free offense, and that's what we want from our team, right? We want to go out there and try to earn things and not get gimmies. And it's going to be a huge test for our guys this weekend. And but we're looking forward to it.
We got time for one last question from the Lansing Spartans.
My name's Preston Lisk. I play goalie. And what's the greatest save you've ever seen?
Ooh. Wow.
It was Preston a couple weeks ago. No?
Yeah, there's been some good ones this year. I'm trying to think of the best. Ryan Miller was, when I played juniors in the Sioux, was our goalie, and the amount of big saves that I saw him make, he was just so calm, but he made it look easy, and I always look back. We thought we had a good team. I mean, he'd get like 45, 50 shots a night, and we'd end up winning. And but the biggest save, gosh. I mean, I would say I wasn't there for it, but the save Lurgy made in the national tournament was probably the biggest save I've witnessed.
Falling forward.
Yeah, Trey had a similar save like that earlier in the year.
Yeah.
He kind of went over with his glove. And speaking of Trey, I thought maybe he was your most consistent and best player over this past weekend down at Ohio State. You talked about it earlier. We still only gave up 2 goals each game. But speaking of Trey, you did pull him Saturday nights. When you pull a goalie now, is it more analytical and this is when we need to do it, or is it more of a gut feeling from you said now's the time to pull him?
I think it's a combination. I think if you look at the stats, right, it's tough to score a 6-on-5 goal, right? So the more time you can give your team, you got to gauge it a little bit and how you're playing. And I thought at that point we started to kind of get to our game, and we were getting some opportunities, and you really want to try to set it up too with the line that goes before you pull the goalie. They got to wear him down a little bit, maybe get an ozone change and get out there. And but I think that around that 2.5 minute mark is probably where our staff's comfortable. But I think a little bit of it's predicated on what the flow of the game's like.
Tonight's show is powered by IBEW NICA 665. We'll be back to talk about the Badgers after these words from your very own local station. You're listening to the Adam Nightingale Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
Meet, greet, and compete in Michigan's capital city. The Lansing Sports Commission is dedicated to helping you host your next athletic tournament or event in Greater Lansing. Our free services include everything from event development and tournament planning to promotions and recruiting volunteers. No matter the sport, the LSC can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find details at lansingsports.org. Make sure to join me, Scott Moore, and my broadcast partner, Rob Woodward, throughout the season for Michigan State hockey radio broadcasts.
Into the slot, shot, save. Go! Martin's coming the other way, 2-on-1.
Yeah. Near side, go! Tune in for all the goals by listening on the radio in Lansing or wherever you are at MSUSpartans.com and the MSU Athletics app on your smartphone. Go Green!
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
We are live in East Lansing with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Frankly, you'll want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on your very own Spartan Media Network affiliate. It's presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. Find a local agent near you by visiting www.fmins.com. Well, this weekend, it's a trip to Madison for a little revenge against the Badgers. The Badgers come into the weekend at 15-3-2 overall, 8-2 in the conference, good for second place. But the Spartans are within hailing distance if everything goes okay. I know that conjecture like that is fun for the fans and for the radio guys, but you and the team just focus on the next game, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got to have a great practice tomorrow, and then we'll get on the plane and then go practice there Wednesday and be ready to go. So obviously Wisconsin's having a heck of a season. They got a ton of depth. Their special teams are really good. Their goalies have played well, and we're excited about it. I mean, this is what you want. You want to go on the road and find some things out about your team, and that'll be the case this weekend.
Along the lines of what Neil asked, I guess, Knights, but when you look back at those first two games here at Mon. 5-4 loss, 2-1 loss in overtime. Where does your team need to be better from where we were at the end of November against Wisconsin for us to come out with 2 wins?
Well, I think pretty similar to the games we've dropped, right? Is when and I look back at those games, and we had a really good first period, right? We were up 2-0, and then struggled in the second for sure, and we fueled their transition game. We didn't manage the puck, and then I thought the next night maybe we were a little bit prone, but I thought we stayed with it, right? And I think Marty scored with the goalie out late, and then we ended up losing in overtime. So we feel like our team's grown, their team has grown as well, and this will be a heck of a test for our guys. And we talked about it today. Like it's a privilege to play in the Big Ten and to be able to play the quality opponents that we get to and go into the barns and try to have success. Is what it's all about.
So kind of what you mentioned on Friday in the on Saturday in the pregame with Scotty is you got to play 60 minutes, right? But it's not always that easy. It's easy to say, hey, we got to play 60.
Yeah.
But as we saw, it's not always easy.
No doubt. I think there's there's the human nature side. There's we talked today a little bit. The noise of people telling you how good you are, and it's none of it's good, right? And so even if you don't have success and you listen to the noise and it's negative, that's not good. If you have success and you listen to the noise that you're great, that's not good. So just focusing on one day at a time, one shift at a time, and playing the brand, and the other team acknowledge that the other team's looking to do the same.
Yeah.
Too, right?
So how do you take something good from the loss on Saturday? How do you take that loss to make it good, to make your team better?
Well, I think
just mentally,
and I think we have a roadmap of what it looks like when we don't get to our game. It usually it hasn't ended the way we want it to end, right? So the nice thing for our guys, I think we do have the answer to the exam, right? So now we got to make sure we make that decision to do it for 60 and make sure we're ready to go.
In your opinion, is there maybe a bit of an advantage in the fact that you played in a big barn last weekend, so much different than the smaller places, and now you go to another multi-use facility up in Madison?
I don't know. I think either way you're on the road, right? I think it'll be loud in there. It'll be loud in there. It'll be a tough environment to play in. I would imagine their students are back, so that'll add some juice to the building, and obviously they're having a heck of a season, right? So there's a ton of excitement with their team, and I think that's for our guys to learn how to play. We've been good on the road. We've had success on the road, and we just got to make sure again we go out there with the right mindset, ready to go.
Their high scorer, Gavin Morrissey, has 3 goals, 18 assists for 21 points. Their most consistent, maybe, though, is Quinn Finley, 10 goals, 9 assists for 19 points. And the Spartans did a great job on Finley in November. He only got 8 shots between the 2 games, 1 in overtime of the overtime win for them, but he didn't score any goals or anything. You held him without a point. What's the key to defending the Badgers?
Well, they got depth, right? So I think that, and you look at their transition game, you can't fuel it, right? They're gonna create enough on their own because they have talent and they got a good plan, and you can't fuel it with puck decisions, and then I think their power plays. I mean, I think it's over 30% if I'm correct. So I mean, they got a lethal power play. So making sure you limit those opportunities and really try to control the play.
When MSU hockey wins at home, so do you. You can celebrate with a BOGO offer on your favorite drinks at Big B after every MSU home hockey victory. We'll be back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665, after this break on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3. When it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
We are back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Remember, coming up another week from now, January 23rd, is the annual Teddy Bear Toss. So bring your stuffed critters to the rink and toss them out there on the ice. You got a lot of kids that are in need of a soft and cuddly friend, and we want to have people bring those out. We want to thank the 2012 Lansing Spartans for being here tonight. Let's give them another round of applause and best of luck for the remainder of the season, guys. Michigan State versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin, one of the higher scoring teams in the league. Michigan State, the best defensive team in the conference. Something's got to give.
Yeah, it'll be a great test for our group. Like, ton of respect for them. Again, you talk about their depth, you talk about the talent they have. They're organized, they're well coached. Their special teams are dialed in, and so this is what we want for our team, right? We want to go on the road. We want to be tested, and this will do that for sure.
Airtime on Thursday night. Remember, this is a Thursday-Friday series. Airtime Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Friday, an hour earlier at 7:30 p.m. Both those games locally on Lansing, 7:30 a.m. WVFN, and online at msuspartans.com and the MSU Athletics mobile app. On Thursday, you're going to need to go to msuspartans.com or the app, because it will not be on the WVFN stream on Thursday night. Our next show, 1 week from tonight, Monday, January 19th, 6 o'clock, right here at 1 North. Thanks to Coach. Thanks to Woody. Thanks to Matt Lahey for being here. Chris Ordaway running things to my left. Quinn Burkeen in the studio. Gage Dansby on the video, and all the fans here. We'll talk to you on Thursday. Go Green.
You've been listening to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org. The Adam Nightingale Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors, realtors that get results. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartans Athletics and Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartans shopping experience. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. And Shaheen Chevrolet, your hometown dealership. The Adam Nightingale Show has been a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time for all the action of Michigan State Spartan hockey, a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.